So the DraftAlpha is an AI-based content creation tool for the marketing teams, and it helps you to write more engaging on-brand copies far more efficiently if you try to do the same manually or use a tool like ChatGPT. Yeah. So in the screen you are seeing, this is the interface for the DraftAlpha. And let's say, for example, you need to create a LinkedIn post for New Year promotion for your product. Yeah. So in that case, you have the templates. You can select any of these templates. For example, I'm using LinkedIn post, and here you have a sub templates. So for example, for season, I can just choose a season sub template. It gives me more idea how to write it, or I can just give a brief, generally just writing it out. So here, write a LinkedIn post that ties to, let's say, New Year, and you need to give a little bit description about your product. Here I have a fictitious product, mood boosting desk lamp, which simulate the sunrise, sunset, and lift your mood up, right? Another thing you can do is you can basically add your assets, like this is a product asset, and you give a little bit detail there, and then you can save it, right? So instead of writing this every time, you can basically use the asset and just add it into your um, prompt, right? So brief is there. In terms of mention special detail, I would say, let's say 20% off. And now the draft alpha, what it start doing is it will start suggesting you some target audience for this particular product, right? So here it suggests it could be good for this product, could be good for office worker. And what is their pain point? Their pain point is low productivity, lack of natural light, and mood swings, and etc. The same thing, it could be potential. Your another potential target audience could be remote employee, etc. Right? So let's say I say office worker is the one I want to target, right? Then you have talking points. Now these, the more precise your post is, the better the chance of engagement, right? Because it strikes to a particular point. So some of the talking point based on your prompt are simulating sunrise, sunset, mood boosting desk lamp. What do you want to focus on? Let's say I want to focus on simulating sunrise and sunset. Then you can choose a tone of voice. There's pre-built tone of voice, like if you want to write it like McKinsey, sneaker, Nike, or better, you can actually add your own brand voice, right? So basically you take a text that you have written before, you put it here, and then you can start, then draft alpha start to understand how do you write, right? What are the traits of your writing, what is the personality of your writing, right? And then you can save it like, yep, this is my brand voice. You can test it out, you can play around with it until you get it the way you prefer it to have, and then you save it, and then you can select your own brand voice, right? There are also some frameworks which are proven that they generate better engagement. So we can select one of those frameworks, or we can just skip it, choose the number of copy that you want to generate, choose the language you want to generate it in, and then generate it, right? So these copy that are being generated by our fine-tuned models. And we fine-tuned our model based on a lot of high-performing LinkedIn posts in this case, right? So what you're seeing is this is the size of the post which generally performs good. This is the format of the post which generally perform good, right? So what it generates is start the new year with a boost. Our mood boosting desk lamp simulates sunrise sunset to improve your mood and productivity. Very simple and straightforward, right? So honoring all these different parameters, if you change the target audience, this will be different. If you change the talking point, it would be different, etc., right? And then you also have an editor where you can edit using AI. For example, if you don't want emojis, you can just say it and then it just edit everything based on what you want, right? So that's like a general functionality, and you can do it pretty much for every single format like article, social media, ads, email, etc. And in the future you would have an option to do it for even images and the videos, right? Another functionality we have is like if you already have a pre-written text and you want to improve it, you can do that also. Let's say you want to just change the spellings, or you want to change the tone of voice, you can do that. You can just select it and it will start to do that optimization for you. Or you can repurpose a content. If you already have a blog, you can repurpose it into a social media, for example, right? So this is where we are at the moment. We are actually mostly focusing on writing the content. We just started 3 months back, and we are just starting to roll out to different people to get the feedback. But in the future, our goal is to make it like a comprehensive marketing suite where you can do all the campaigns end to end using the Draft Alpha.